Hannah Mary McKinnon has written several. Oh, okay, no bio. Hi, Hannah.
Hi. Keep going, keep going.
I had kind of a rough start to this Instagram live, but anyway, okay. So you have written
Hold on.
several books. You've written
I have.
Her Secret Son, which I have right here.
Oh, excellent. Look, I
Yes.
have it right here.
Oh, good.
Snap.
You have also written Sister Dear, which comes out May 26th.
There we go.
I do not have that one. Okay.
Ah,
The Neighbor and Time After Time.
that's right. Yes.
And a few things I learned about you. You are originally from Switzerland. You love mountains, chocolate, and cheese, which I think can endear you to pretty much everybody. You worked in an IT recruitment business and spent 15 years there until you became the CEO before turning to writing fiction.
That's right.
You started writing in 2010 as what you called an early midlife crisis. And I want to talk about your books. And first of all, welcome. How are you?
Thank you. I'm well. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
I felt like I really learned a lot about you, even from reading your website, because your voice comes through in like everything you do. And then when I started, I mean, and then your book, I mean, it was great. Anyway, so now when I see you, I feel like I know you, which of course I don't, but.
So we do. We know each other. We're good.
Tell everybody first about First Chapter, which you've just started on your Facebook page, how every day now through April 24th, you're reading the first chapter of a thriller. So tell everybody more about that.
Yeah. So I had this idea last week really about how could I help other authors with everything that's going on, and how could we cross promote and help get the word out there about other books. And I suggested to this Facebook thread in Messenger, I said, what if I read a chapter of your books? Not really jokingly, but thinking I might get 5 or 6 people who said yes. And it just exploded. And I have 40 authors, and I think actually it'll be extended until the end of April. And it's predominantly thrillers, but also other books too. There's some other books, other genres trickling in. So every day at 11:30 Eastern time on Instagram now, Instagram Live and Facebook Live at the same time, which is tricky because I have the iPad down here and then my phone up here, broadcasting at the same time. I read the first chapter of a book. So we've had, today is Robin Harding, yesterday was Kara Ruda, I've had Kimberly Bell, I've got Mary Kubica. So it's great. It's really good fun.
That's so nice. It's so great to see so many people just stepping up and helping their communities in so many ways right now. And from the restaurant community to it's like everywhere, everybody's just forming these things.
We're all in this together. So, let's bond and help each other out and pay it forward. That's what it's all about at the end.
It's so true. It's nice that in times like this, at least you see some of the good that comes out when we're all scared and together.
Yes.
Can I, speaking of reading things, can I just read the first paragraph of your book to everybody? Because it's like, after you read this, it's impossible not to want to read more.
Okay.
They say the lucky ones experience an incredible life-defining moment, a moment they can point back to as the second everything changed. Maybe it was sitting down on the bus next to a stranger who became the love of their life, or witnessing the birth of a child they were told they'd never conceive. Perhaps getting that elusive break the day the boss had the flu, launching a career that until then was only the stuff of dreams. And then there are others, people like me, who have had life-shattering moments instead. We're the ones who want to believe we've had more than our fair share of bad luck. Enough misfortune to last multiple lives over. Da, 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 da. And then you have to find out what happened, right?
Yes.
There's what, like, it's like, what? Anyway, tell me about writing all of these books. Tell me about how you did a total pivot in your life and started writing books, and how you ended up switching then to writing thrillers.
Well, I came so my husband's Canadian. We met, he moved to Switzerland in 99, and after 11 years he was really homesick, and we decided to come to Canada. So I started up my own business here, and it crashed and burned within the first year, and I was completely lost because my identity was my job. That was who I was, and I just didn't know what to do anymore, who I was or where I belonged. And I moped around a lot until Rob said, okay, Moaning Myrtle, Rob's my husband, what do you actually want to do? What if you could do anything? What would it be? And I half-heartedly said I'd write a book. And he said, well, why don't you do that then? So, it's just that easy, you know. Here's one I made earlier. So I did, and I made a lot of mistakes, but I had an idea for a rom-com. That was my first book. Time After Time was the love child of Groundhog Day meets Sliding Doors. And I wrote it, I submitted it, I got rejected, but I was told that the premise was good. So I kept going, I took courses, I was very persistent that this was what I wanted to do. I got an agent, I got my first book deal. And then as we were on submission with the rom-com Time After Time, I'd had this idea for another book, which turned out to be The Neighbours. And writing it, I realized it was a lot darker, much darker than Time After Time. But it didn't really bother me because Time After Time hadn't sold yet. So it was anybody's guess whether it would ever see the light of day. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to write this one. And The Neighbours got me a 2-book deal with HarperCollins Mira with the US, and the second one of that. So my third book, but the second of the 2-book deal was Her Secret Son. And then they bought Sister Dear, which comes out in May. And last year they bought another 2. So I have another 2 in the works.
Wow. Well, that worked out well for you.
Yeah, it's completely different. So it's not. I'm no longer the CEO and all of the status kind of. And I realized that's a lot of ego thing, you know, being able to say, oh, I'm the CEO. Oh, fantastic. That's great. So forget about all that. Now I get to write books, and I can kill my characters. You can't do that with your colleagues. It's kind of frowned upon.
It is kind of frowned upon.
Shouldn't do that. So
the plot for Your Secret Son seems, I haven't finished reading it, but it seems so amazing. And especially I'm married to someone who is now a stepdad, and I see the love that he has for my kids. And your book is about the love a stepdad has for his stepson and what happens after the mother passes away.
That's right.
And all the things that, you know, mysteriously unfold, and what do you want to know?
All the things she's been hiding.
Yes, which is scary. I'm like, ooh, what could I hide? Tell me about coming up with the idea for that, and also why I feel like in all your books somebody's hiding something, or there's something like, what are you secretly hiding something that we should know about, or what's going on?
I don't think so. No. So the idea for the plot came to me. I can't reveal too much because otherwise I'll reveal too many of the plot points. But I was on the treadmill, bored out of my tree, and I caught the tail end of a news segment, and I thought, wow, that is such an interesting story. There's such a unique just issue, just this problem. And as I was still, I'll say jogging, because running would be an extreme stretch. This character, Josh, walked up to me in my head and said, what if you told the story from my perspective? What if it was my story as the stepdad, and my partner has died, and I want to organize legal guardianship for this boy, and I can't because I can't find the birth certificate. And that's just one of the secrets, one of the things that I find out. And I thought, wow, this is so cool. And so the entire book is written from a man's perspective, which was interesting in itself. I had done a male point of view in The Neighbours. There were 4 points of view characters in The Neighbours, one of them a man. So it was a bit daunting at the beginning to think, okay, I'm going to write an entire novel from a guy's perspective. So I'd ask my husband, I'd say, does this sound like a dude? You know, I'd read stuff out to do a quality check, you know. So that's it. I can't reveal too much about the news segment because then I'll blow the story. So I've got that.
Okay, so we'll leave it at that. Well, thank you so much for coming on, and I know you're about to go do your show and read another chapter. So that's a really great thing for everybody here to know, that they can always tune in to you and Hannah Mary McKinnon and hear a first chapter of a thriller. And good luck. Your book is coming out in May, so we'll stay tuned.
Yes, here it is. Ta-da!
Yay!
Thanks so much for inviting me.
All right, thanks. It was really nice to see you in person.
And you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.